Hey everyone, so it's Hearth and welcome back to my channel. So on today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make a Rowan charm protection bracelet. Now on this channel I do show you quite a few spellwork videos, but as most of you know, my main practice is candle magic, but not everyone is able to burn items, whether that's because of their own medical conditions, whether that's because of the place that they live, or whether it's because of the people that they're around. They might just not be able to burn anything, whether that be incense or candles. So I wanted to share with you an alternative to a candle spell that can help offer protection for yourself, for someone else, or for your home and your family if you wanted to. So today is actually going to be a Rowan charm protection bracelet. Now these are absolutely beautiful, they are relatively easy to make, and they're super duper versatile. They also don't really look as weird as you might think it will look. It actually looks kind of cool and discreet, especially if you do wear a lot of jewellery. But if you don't wear jewellery, you can also keep it in your wallet, you can keep it on your backpack, you can keep it on a chain, you can make a super long version and wear it as a necklace and keep it underneath clothes if you wanted to. You can use them as house protection charms, you can put them on altars. There's so much that you can do with it. It's definitely worth checking out if you are interested in doing something other than candle magic. Now within this working, you're really not going to need that many things. You're going to need Rowan berries, dried. Please make sure they're dry. Don't try to use fresh berries, they will just rot, and that is not going to be nice. So dried Rowan berries are needed for this particular craft. Now I would recommend getting more than you think you are going to need, because as you're piercing these berries, they might crack, they might break, so make sure you have more than you think you're going to need. You're also going to need a sewing needle, quite a thin one preferably. You don't want to be busting great big holes in the middle of these berries. A nice thin sewing needle is all you need. And then you're also going to need some red thread. That's it. That's all you're going to need. It's super duper simple. It's super fun. It's really great to do with children. Just obviously make sure, sewing needles, yeah, let's keep them safe. But it can be really fun to do as like a family craft or with a coven. Obviously, not necessarily right now, but in the future when we can go and meet up with covens again, it could be a really good craft to do with your coven, at an Esbat ritual or a Sabbat ritual. It will be a really nice thing to do. So enough of me talking, and I will show you how to make these Rowan berry charm bracelets. So here is my workstation. Now this is actually taken out of my book of shadows, and it's probably going to be upside down for you, but I have the page open here with the little image at the bottom of what it should hopefully look like. Now, I actually have made this a lot harder for myself because I can't find a sewing needle. So instead, I am going to be using an awl and a little bit of perseverance. But if you have a sewing needle, use it. It is going to be considerably easier than what I am going to be doing here. But these are Rowan berries. Now they are gorgeous little berries, and this is going to be the red thread I'm going to be using for this. So that's basically all you need are the berries, the thread, and a tool to thread said thread. I've obviously made it considerably harder for myself by using an awl, but it is an option for you if that is all you have available. Now you can buy these berries in, or you can actually find a tree and then work with the energy of that particular tree. So connect with the tree spirit, the energy of that particular tree, not just the wood in general and the berries in general and the energy of those. Now, if you're going to do it from an actual tree, please don't just take the berries from a tree. Make sure that you form a connection with that tree if you do want to be working with the tree spirit. It's a considerably different form of practice than just using the energy of the berries like we are doing here today. If you want to work with the tree spirit, please make a connection with that tree, work with it, leave out offerings, go there and meditate by it, ask for its permission to have its assistance, and then take the berries that way. So, once we've done this, you're going to want to gather the berries. You're going to want to take the berries. Now obviously I have a few too many here. Now this is one of the few spells I actually have that contain words. So this can either be done in front of or working with the spirit of the tree that you've collected the berries from, or you can just work with the energy of the tree in general, the energy of the plant. Now you're going to want to take in some deep breaths and you really want to ask them for their permission, but also energize them with your intention as you say this. Now you may want to say it several times. You may find yourself entering into a trance-like state while you're doing this. All is good, all is valid, whatever feels best for you. Rowan tree, Rowan spirit, here I ask a boon of thee. Keep me safe from hurt and harm, and lend your magic to this charm. Now you're going to want to say that several times if you want to. I typically use 3, 9, 12, 13, 21, whatever it might be that works best for you. So once you've done your chanting, you're then going to want to end it with so mote it be. Now some people, if they're doing this in a group, they're going to want to scream it. If you're doing it in a place where you can, you might want to shout it, really put your energy into it. I personally, I'm not much for shouting. I don't really like doing it. I'm not really the kind of person that raises my voice very often. So I am just going to say it at the end and then we can continue with the next thing. So once you've energized those berries and you've got all of your energy into them, you're going to want to start forming them into a bracelet. And then I'm going to start taking each berry and I'm going to want to pierce it. Now obviously, if you are doing this with a needle, you are going to have a much easier job than I am. So what I'm doing is I'm going to pierce them. I'm going to take my red thread and then I'm going to start pushing the thread through every single berry. So as you're going along, you're going to find that you're going to have to keep moving the berries down. So you're likely going to have to do these one at a time so that you don't damage them. But you can just slowly slide the berries down the piece of string until you end up with enough to make a bracelet. You can see it coming along there slowly but surely. So once you have your beaded thread with all of the berries, you're then going to want to cut it so that you can have it as a bracelet. So I have really small wrists, so we're going to go with something about this size for the bracelet. I'd say that will be about right. So I'm going to pull all the beads down a little bit so I can get fresh thread to use. So I'm going to cut off this ragged thread at the end here. Now you're going to want to do this on your wrist if you can. If you need someone that can help you, that's a good option as well. But I am just going to use it as a general guide. So I have my little thread pieces and then I'm just going to tie it together really securely. Now you're going to want to do this on your wrist, but obviously I can't show you what it looks like if I'm doing it on my wrist. Tie it nice and securely like that, and then you have a little Rowan charm. Now you can hang this up in your car if you want. You can put it in the car glove box, in the glove compartment. You can put this in jacket pockets. You can put it on keychains. You can wear these. You can put them on door handles. This will probably end up going on a door handle of mine because I really like having these just on door handles. I think it's really, really great because doors are the in and outs. They're the in-betweens. So if you can put protection on the in-betweens, that's a really good way of doing it. Now, if you want to, you can do the chanting again once it's finished. So you can go, Rowan tree, here I ask a boon of thee. Keep me safe from hurt and harm, and lend me your magic to this charm. And you can repeat that again and again to energize this charm if you want to. Now, if you have worked with the tree specifically, it's a really good idea to leave out offerings for that tree, to connect with them. If you have called upon the spirit of a specific tree, you can definitely do that as well. So that is the bracelet completely finished. It's pretty easy, right? It wasn't that complicated. These bracelets are really, really wonderful because they don't necessarily have to be bracelets. Obviously, I keep referring to them as bracelets because it's how I personally use them, but you really can use them in lots and lots of different ways. There are a couple at my parents' house that are actually smaller and fit over door handles, so you've got a little bit of house protection. You can resize it to suit anyone, whether that be a teenager, a child, an adult. You know, you really can make them a size that's going to suit you and your lifestyle. So if you don't necessarily want to have bracelets, you can make a super long one and wear it as a necklace under clothing. You can make small ones to wear them as rings. You can make them and put them on keychains. You can make car charms with them and keep them in your car for car protection. There's really so many things that you can do with these. They're super duper versatile, and it's a really interesting way of using herbs as a charm in itself. Because the rowan tree is very, very protective and its berries take on those properties, it's really interesting to use them within your magical practice as the sole focus of your energy and intention. Now, I would suggest recharging these bracelets or whatever it is you choose to make every so often. You know, every few months or so, make sure that you recharge it again, just to make sure that you aren't losing any of that potency. Every year or so, I'd recommend changing out the bracelet completely, replacing it with a new one, because it's not gonna last the same as a crystal bracelet, for instance. It simply doesn't have the durability. And of course, always make sure that you keep them dry, because if these bracelets or if these charms get wet, you will find that the berries will start to rot, and you really don't want to have to deal with that. I know I definitely wouldn't want to have to deal with that. Now, if you do find that at any point your bracelet cord snaps, so the actual red string breaks, that might be a sign that it has protected you from something. So typically, if you have a protection charm that breaks or that snaps, something like a witch's ball or a witch's bottle, and the same with these bracelets and charms, they're a similar vein. If it breaks for any reason, it's a sign that it has protected you from something strong, and you're going to want to replace that bracelet as soon as you can to maintain that protection, or have multiple protections around you to take over if that does happen. But if you find that your bracelet breaks and there is no normal reason for it to break, so you know, you haven't had it's not been caught on anything, or it's not snagged, if it has literally just gone and the beads have gone everywhere, then it could be time to start putting up more protections and to redo that protection bracelet. So a bit like witch's bottles, replace it every year, but if it breaks beforehand, replace it after it's broken, and make sure that you always have multiple protections up. But I did think that this was quite an interesting working to do. It's really good if you do have these items at home already. I know some practitioners will, a lot of you maybe won't, but some practitioners definitely will. So if you do want a little bit of personal protection for whatever reason that might be, this could be a really, really good option, because you can carry it around with you wherever you choose to go. So I hope that you do enjoy this video. I know that a lot of you guys, when I asked on Instagram, asked me for more protection spells. So that is what I'm kind of giving you guys. If you do have any spell ideas that you would like me to do in the future, feel free to put them down in the comment section, or you can send me a DM on Instagram. I will put my Instagram handle at the bottom of the screen. It's also in the description box. I will also list the ingredients down in the description box, although there aren't that many, so I think you'll be okay with that. But they are down there anyway if you are interested in seeing it written, so you know what to search for if you are looking to buy these berries for yourself. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a like. It really, really means so much to me. It lets me know which videos you guys like and which ones you don't like quite so much. If you do have any questions, comments, concerns, video ideas, or just want to chit chat with the community down in the comment section, feel free to post a comment. And if you do enjoy the magical content on this channel or in this video, feel free to hit subscribe. I do try my best to post magical content every Wednesday and every Saturday at 6 p.m. So I hope you guys have a marvelous magical day. I hope that you are all staying safe, and I will see you in the next video.